Welcome back. This is Mirnaya after a few liters of sweat during the first game. I have tweaked two things. First of all, I decreased the in-game sound volume as I believe it was too loud and was washing out my voice during battles. And second of all, I believe I have managed to fix my overlay so I won't be accidentally dragging it around with my mouse. And with that, let's go back to game number 2. This is Defiler Tour number 58. Winners round quarterfinals, Bakuryu versus Top, best of 3. Bakuryu is up 1-0. Map is Python. And here we go. Spawning at the 9 o'clock position as the white Zerg, we have Bakuryu. And spawning at the not very fortunate, that I will get back to, 6 o'clock position as the green Terran is Top. So, the reason why I said it's not very fortunate is because the expansion on Python at the 6 o'clock is notoriously susceptible to Mutalisk harass. Bakuryu sent his first Overlord out and is going to scout Top immediately. So now both players know where they are. Top is walling off at his main ramp, and Bakuryu is going for an over 12 something. Top is building his barracks as normal and should... Is it just another depot enough to wall? I don't think so. SCV Scout is out, knowing where to scout. Bakuryu has gone for hatchery on 12 and should put his pool down soon. There it goes. SCV is going to scout the natural and should realize that it was, well, after he sees the pool timing, he should definitely realize that it was hatchery before pool. So there won't be an immediate threat. I think he can actually cancel the marine and put down his command center. He's not going to put down the command center, but immediately and is immediately going to build a factory. So Top is probably going to go for some early aggressive play. He has taken his gas, building his supply depot within his main, so no walling purposes. In the meanwhile, Bakuryu has put down his third hatchery at the bottom of his natural ramp to make it even chokier, so that the Terran army has to go around it. Scouting SCV is within the base, unharassed. Have there any zerglings been made so far? Ah, there they come. Bakuryu has positioned his Overlord to see if Top is expanding, but he is not. In fact, he's going for a vulture without a machine shop. Oh, and he's getting a starport. So, in all probability, he will begin with a vulture drop, I imagine. Scouting links are out, and one is left on the SCV, and the rest are going every which way to see what position Top has on the map. Top has lifted his barracks. Oh, he's just repositioned Marines are making it into the natural. There's a single Marine. They can take that Marine out. Marine is fleeing back on top of the ramp, and oh, he dies before the second Marine gets out. Starport is complete, and the Zergling scouted. Back at Bakuryu's main, he has one sunken at the natural, putting that his Hydralisk down, and he's getting his lair. So it should be fast lurkers, I imagine, rather than Mutalisks. And Top has gone for his expansion, and it's not going to be a dropship, but rather a Wraith. No control tower, so it's going to be uncloaked Wraith. First Vulture has made its way to the natural and decides to not risk it against the sunken. Mines are being researched, and it's a slow Vulture, so it's mines before speed. Bakuryu has taken both of his gases as the command center is about to complete. Oh, and beautiful main art, the SCVs transfer just as the command center completes. And the first Wraith is out, so the Wraith is revealed after only one having been built. And first victim is an Overlord. A few Hydras poke out, the Vultures see the Hydras. Bakuryu's is now getting the Spire, and Zergling speed as well. Control tower is done now, and the first vessel is building. My apologies, I have completely missed the science facility. Academy and eBay are on the way, and look at this beautiful mine positioning from Top. Slow Hydra chasing Top's Wraith, which is at this point a lot faster than the Hydras, but has to be careful, and manages to take the escape route that makes him be in Hydra range for the longest possible time. Stim is upgrading, Engineering Bay is done, and the Spire is finished. First Mutalisks are morphing. Bakuryu seems to... Oh, Bakuryu supply bog because the Wraith managed to destroy Overlord, so his mutas are delayed, and he actually makes a pair of Scourge to deal with the Wraith. First target is up at the natural. Comsat, two turrets are done in the main just as the mutas arrive. There don't seem to be that many of them. They're also not perfectly stacked either. So there's two turrets at the production facilities, two at the main, and two at the natural. Couple of scouting Hydras. Let's see what the Mutalist flock decides to do. They come under rather heavy fire from 4 of the turrets in total. One Muta goes down. They manage to snipe the first science vessel, which is big. And the lurker aspect only now started, so Bakuryu, is he still on slow Hydras? So he made a fast Hydralist then, but then and then Aspire, but then instead of either doing something with Hydras or getting fast upgrades for them or getting a fast lurker aspect, he decided to make Mutalisks first. Okay, Vulture got picked off, but well, Top knows that Bakuryu tried to expand at the 12 o'clock main, and of course Bakuryu cannot because there is a spider mine there already. There's no mine at the 3 o'clock main, but there is a Vulture. And right now, Bakuryu is sending a Ling and 3 Hydras, but no Overlord for them. So there is the sacrificial Zergling. Wow! Actually manages to... Oh, okay, so one Zergling to take out 2 mines, so Bakuryu can finally expand. Mutalisks fly in, take down the both turrets, but do not manage to actually really harm the barracks. So the barracks are now unprotected by static defense, but no real damage has been done. 2 tanks are out. An unsniped science vessel, and Top is keeping up with his vessel production. He has added a 3rd turret for extra security to his main mineral line. Mutas engaging yet again at the natural and are trying to pick off tanks. The bunker's empty. The tanks are trying to flee. One is going to die. And what are the Mutas going to do? Oh, there are not that many Marines now. A few more are joining, and a good irradiate on the Mutas, but a good split also. So only that Mutalisk is going to die, and the rest will have to regroup. However, it seems like that Bakuryu has lost quite a few Mutas. Okay, first lurkers have been completed and are probably going to go to try and set up a containment outside the natural. Bakuryu's 3rd base is almost done. Top's still on 2, which is okay. Zerglings are about to catch a vulture. And, well, it's been some time since I looked at Bakuryu's tech. Hive is on the way. Evo chamber is idle. What are his upgrades? Zerglings are at 0-0. Hydras are at 0-0. The Mutalisks, in the meanwhile, have regrouped at the edge of Bakuryu's main. And Top has finally decided to move out for an attack. 2 vessels, 2 tanks, 2 medics, and the rest are Marines. Preemptive irradiates going down on lurkers, and even though Bakuryu does have Scourge, but they are not in position. For example, there's a pair that could be used to at least threaten the vessels, so they won't dare to overextend. Top encounters the lurker field and decides to take a more cautious approach, and just decides to fire away at the lurkers with unsieged tanks, who are that, of course, still have slightly higher range than lurkers. Okay, Bakuryu has now reached the natural, and siege is very close to the lurkers. 2 lurkers remaining, the Zerglings running out, most of the Marines have been killed, and these tanks should be able to get cleared up by the Zerglings. So the very first attack of Top has kind of failed, but the reinforcing Marines catch all the remaining Mutalisks and a stray Overlord who went there, and are now actually able to siege the natural. The Hydralisk then coming under heavy fire. Lurker has been irradiated, and even though Bakuryu has a hive, but the Defiler mount has just now completed, so has Top won. 2 lurkers defending, a few links running in but are getting picked off. 3 science vessels absolutely unopposed. Provide good detection should there be any lurkers, but there aren't any more. The natural seems to be forfeit, and yes, Bakuryu GG's as he's very much down in supply and doesn't really have a way to kick Top's forces out of his natural. So Top ties up the series. It's 1-1. And yet again, I'm going to cut the casts, and we'll come back with the deciding game number 3. Thank you for watching.